It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. Tell them, Canada Dry.
It is time for DAD. It's Dynamite After Dark, baby.
Ooh, I love Wednesday nights. I get to spend it with you guys. There's nothing I would rather do than to spend it with you three guys watching and talking about wrestling. So here we go. Hit it, Zachary.
Anything goes. It's Dynamite After Dark.
Boom! Holy cow. Wednesday night, AEW has their premiere show. It is called Dynamite. We are Dynamite After Dark. I am, of course, one of your co-hosts. You know me better as JFB, James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of all of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada Dry, damn it.
Oh, yes, you are.
Not.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm JFB. But we're the four horsemen of, we're the four horsemen, plain and simple. And that means that we have to have the Anderson brothers. And sure enough, we got one, but two in the house. We have the pillar of the wrestling world, Trey J Styles. Say hey.
What is going on? Hey, James, can you do the boom sound one more time that you did at the beginning?
Boom!
I just need y'all to know that was the sound of Willow Nightingale running down to the ring in that outfit on this episode. I was like, yeah!
Willow.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, have I been missing something here?
No, you have not.
No,
it's been
that's
there all
new.
the time.
That was new. That was Willow with the gold.
Yeah. She's got a strut. She's got a strut to her. I love it. You know me. I'm big on Willow. Willow and Jay.
Confidence does a whole lot for someone.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We are joined, of course, by the other four of the horsemen. He is the serial killer. He is GM Joe. That's Golden Graham. Say hey.
Hey guys, what's going on? Ready to talk about a phenomenal, in my opinion, phenomenal night of wrestling.
Oh yeah.
So
he'd be like the Arn Anderson.
Don't make me pull out the Glock, okay?
He's gonna pull out the Glock, which by the way, Arn almost did on the show.
Oh, I thought we were kind of sad we didn't get to see it tonight.
I know. I was really looking forward to it.
He went like that. But
Actually, I think in all honesty, he's not allowed to because guns are actually forbidden in Washington, D.C., in the actual city itself.
That is true.
So, toy gun or not.
He's never going to bring an actual gun on the show.
You don't know him. That's Arn Anderson. That guy is crazier than a freaking
It'd be funny if he brought it out and just squirt water in someone's face.
I mean, he wouldn't be the first horseman to ever bring out a gun.
That's true.
That would be
very true.
Filming.
Yeah, that is true. So we start not with a whimper, not with a meow, but with a roar, if you will. Oh, good Lord. Adam Cole, baby, versus MJF in the Eliminator match. Here are about 40 hours worth of notes I took on this match. Why is the world heavyweight champion of your promotion wrestling the opening card? It does not make sense. He is a world champion, which means he should be the main event. Whether it's a Dynamite or a pay-per-view, brother needs to, please, for the love of God, just put him on the main event. Shivani's selling is pure comedy gold. I love Shivani on the mic. I mean, Shivani is just the disgust he has for MJF and everybody else that's a heel is just beautiful. That's the reason why I love Tony Schiavone. I love MJF mocking the whole Adam Cole baby with the fingers. Cole still doesn't look at 100. He doesn't look at 100%. No one gets heat by like MJF. I mean, you saw the fans. They wanted to jump that barrier and punch him in the face. And he exit on. He exit on all the time. MJF on a tear in the offense. Cole made MJF bleed his own blood. You made me bleed my own blood. Love the double shoulder breaker. Great pile driver by MJF on the apron edge. These guys are literally going to kill each other. Great table shot. The Eddie Guerrero did not work. MJF handed the belt. He fell down, and then the ref got up and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go lay back down and take a nap." And the time limit draw. It was a 30-minute time limit draw, and it was absolutely the greatest thing ever that Tony Khan has done. Single-handedly, he is building this story brick by brick by brick. The only other note I have is Cole wants 5 more minutes. MJF says, "Nah, that's okay. I don't need 5 more minutes. I'm going to go in the back." Whew, man. Canada Dry, you go first. By God.
This was absolutely a world-class match.
Yes.
Could headline any pay-per-view.
Exactly.
We got 35 minutes? 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes of greatness.
Yeah.
You don't even get that at pay-per-view sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I was like looking at time, like, this is still going.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it either. I'm like, well,
I'm looking at the watch and like, wow. Like, everything about this was just phenomenal.
yeah.
I think Adam Cole looked great. MJF, everything just backfired on him.
Yeah.
Was wonderful. And yet Cole still doesn't get that W, which is so great to extend this thing.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. This is great booking.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me at the time. It makes sense to me now after seeing the whole show. So
yeah,
I'm fine to be in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, the pillar of the wrestling world. What are your thoughts?
I gotta tell you, like, I've always enjoyed when they do these matches first. Like, I mean, you know, we had the Danielson and Hangman match first before we had the Omega and Danielson match.
Yeah.
Those matches really set the tone for a show.
Yeah.
And it's like, if the title was on the line, I could totally understand your disgust with him not being last.
Yeah.
But a championship eliminator match, it almost comes in. I mean, they should definitely do this in story. Have MJF say he's not worth the main event to him.
Yeah.
They say Adam Cole's not worth the main event. He's got, you know, this was the right ending. I mean, granted, I was thinking like, yeah, they definitely need to extend this. The build hasn't been, was way too quick.
Yeah.
And I almost kind of saw MJF kind of pulling a dirty win. This right here, though, because they use it infrequently, not like WCW circa 93.
Yeah.
This worked. And the match flowed, and you can see Adam Cole's confidence getting there.
Yeah.
As the match went on. And you can see MJF, consummate professional. Like when you say, you know, the what was a previous thing, nobody in the back respects you, when Adam Cole said it last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Like that guy is what wrestlers of this new generation are aspiring to be.
Yeah. What's so weird is, and I made the comment earlier when I was watching it, that I always forget how well physically MJF is built.
Yeah.
Because you only really see him in suits unless he's wrestling. And I always forget. exactly how good of an athlete he really is. He's in amazing shape.
Definitely.
So Golden Graham, what are your thoughts on this first match of the night?
Oh, so I got a couple of thoughts, but first, just say love the match. I mean,
Yeah.
it was great. I looked over to my clock and saw that it was 8:30. I was like, "Where's the time gone?" Like, it didn't feel like a half an hour match, which is a testament to the pacing. But I've always heard so many wrestlers say this: if you're not the main event, you want to be the first match of the night to set the pace.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, like, I was fully expecting that 8-man with Orange Cassidy to be the opener, but this was definitely the right call.
Yeah.
And I loved the story that they told throughout this match of, MJF modeled his career after Adam Cole, and then about halfway through, they each start pulling out stuff you've never seen them use before.
Yeah.
Different submissions and things like that. It was a nice touch, and I really liked it.
So Monaco says, if it wasn't for your show, I probably would never learn to speak English. So if you could choose another language to speak, what language would you choose? Surprisingly enough, it would be two, Japanese and Italian. I would love to learn.
I would choose
Canadian.
I would choose Klingon.
Klingon. All right.
I
Okay.
definitely go with German.
Yeah.
German just has like words that fit emotions that we need to have things translated for.
I agree.
A lot of in there.
Like Schadenfreude. Like that's there's no other translation in the world like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden Graham, what language would you speak?
I think it would be Japanese. Like, I just love the intensity that you could hear, like, especially in wrestling, like the intensity they have when they're cutting a promo. Someone like a Kenny Omega, who is not his first language, but he just knows how to speak Japanese. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I like German too, because I like the word Perfektenschlag.
Ew.
My favorite is Glockenspiel. So Dally is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Great 30-minute match.
Dally in the house.
Dally is in the house. He agrees with Golden Graham. He loved the elbow table spot. I loved it too. But here's what really touches me in my heart is that Dally says, I can totally see JFB as a Japanese fluent speaker. Here's the thing. I actually know how to read some Japanese because I modded my system, my PlayStation, so I could play the Japanese games and all the wrestling games. And, it's all menu driven. And so I had to
You're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
So I would write it down and then I would look it up and I would get an idea about what it was in the menu. So I can read a little Japanese.
Because of the game. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was that on the PS3?
Yeah, no, the original PlayStation. I played New Japan. Fire Pro Wrestling was the first game I bought, Japanese game that I bought overseas and had shipped. So
you sound like me when it came to old kung fu movies.
Yeah. Oh, I got tons of those too. Got tons of those. Yes, I do.
I will. You kill my father.
JFB, you're a man of many talents. I am. Justin is in the house. What's up, guys? If I could speak another language, I would definitely want to do Italian. Dude, it's not hard, man. It's not hard.
Yeah, just ask your grandpa.
Yeah, just ask your uncle and Anthony. Anthony, how you speak in Italian? So let's get to a video. We get to a video hype for CM Punk. Really good. I don't think we need to touch on it. It hyped it up exactly the way it was supposed to.
But I like the ending where he says, I've got a lot of shit to get off my chest. And we're like, no, don't get anything.
First off, like, what could he have to get off his chest? I thought he got it all off at Brawl Out. So
no, that's
the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, that's a slice of the pie. He's got a big, huge pie.
Part of me's like no, and the part's like, I want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to hear this because you know what's going to happen. He is going to speak his mind, and whether or not they shut the mic off is regardless. He's going to say what he wants to say. So it's going to be interesting. We get Renee Paquette, probably the most underappreciated member of the AEW commentary team. She is in the ring. Here comes Sammy Guevara. Here are a couple of my notes. I'm sorry to say it, babyface Sammy Guevara is boring. He has no venom in those fangs. He's like, well, I'm gonna, I got a new baby. It's a girl. It's boring. Like that guy cannot play a babyface.
Yeah, it reminds me of Pleasantville. Remember that
Yeah.
movie, Pleasantville? I love the fact that me and you are like in the same age range.
Hell yeah.
These references. But yeah, it reminds me of Pleasantville.
He's still talking about the championship. Dude, you lost. You don't get another shot. It's Adam Cole's turn to take on MJF. Your turn will come at some point. Here comes Darby Allin. Will Sammy leave the JAS? Well, guess what? Jericho's music plays, and out comes Jericho. My question to you guys is this. Did Jericho steal his shoes from Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz? Because
he got it from Tina Turner's state sale.
I don't understand those shoes at all. Like it's just
like Sting comes out with the orthopedic shoes for senior citizens. Jericho has like the Rocket Man boots.
Oh my God, it just doesn't make sense.
Over as him.
I was like,
you can wear whatever you want.
I'm gonna buy those boots for Dallas one day.
Yeah, I'm going to too.
Sammy is going to tag, and he's going to seem conflicted, but in the end, this is all just leading up to a Sting versus Jericho match at All In.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Jericho's a star maker. Sammy throwing truth bombs and truth daggers. Darby Allin kind of just hanging back and stuff, and then he says, "The magic is gone. You call yourself a wizard? The magic is gone." Eventually, Sting comes out, and we get two old guys with bats swinging. Is just freaking hilarious. Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts on the
I love that
promo.
Jericho telegraphed this last week.
Yeah.
When there's like, we need to see Sting and Jericho, someone tweeted, and he's like, not gonna happen ever.
Yeah.
Then the next week, it's like,
which is code for stick around for a week and you'll see it.
Yeah. I hope that Jericho retiring Sting would be so freaking cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's who you want retiring Sting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You don't want Goldberg part of that. Oh, sorry, I retired you and broke your neck.
And you don't even. And here's the thing: you don't want Flair either, because I mean, when you think about who would be a logical opponent for Sting's last match, it would be Ric Flair. I mean, they have that history, but I don't want to see a 95-year-old geriatric wrestler try to.
No, I love the bat versus bat thing. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, and they were real bats because you heard the ping. Sound like a college baseball game, for God's sakes.
Yep.
Oh God, Trey J Styles, your thoughts?
I mean, I can't deal with Sammy and all that tan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That bothered me. That took me completely out of the segment. It's like, all right, I get it. You're doing the whole like, but it's kind of like Sammy can't play a babyface when he talks about his marriage. It just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
And Sammy's not good on the mic yet. Like when he's like, Jericho's like, you didn't call me. And he's like, hey, you didn't call me. It was just like, nah, your line you didn't land. It's like the Miracle on the Hudson, man. Didn't land right.
Yep, absolutely. Golden Graham, your thoughts on the promo with Renee?
Oh, it was good. It had some nice zingers in there. I mean, I get the whole Jericho thing. I can't believe they've never had a match together before. Like when I heard that, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I would rather see Darby retire Sting. That's just me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. We know we're getting the goodbye, farewell, retirement tour of Jericho. I mean, we are flat out getting it because he's going through a list of everybody in AEW he really wants to have a match with. And
everybody worldwide for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you definitely want to get that Stinger match in there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Before either one of those two decided to take a dirt nap, you want to make sure you get that match and sealed in blood with bats. So we go to a video package. It is the IWGP Cody Rhodes heavyweight champion of the world, Sonata, That man is a stone cold killer. He puts an open challenge for his IWGP Cody Rhodes Tattoo World Heavyweight Championship belt. My God. We'll find out who answers that call because we go to our second match, which is the Mogul Embassy versus Orange Cassidy, Keith Lee, Darby Allin, and Sting. Here are a few of my notes. Why is Brian Cage looking like a Times Square reject of Sting?
No way. He looked like one of the Road Wars. He looked sick.
Oh, he looked horrible.
No, to me he looked like one half of the Blade Runner, Sting's old tag team when he was with the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could have been one of those guys. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah. Darby and Swerve had really good chemistry. Darby does what he does best, and that's getting the crap beaten out of him over and over and over again. Garcia is watching, and at this moment, when this happens, the first question out of my mouth is why? Why is Daniel Garcia there? It doesn't make sense. It will later, but it doesn't make sense at that point. Great reversal between Swerve and Darby. Keith Lee cleaning house. Toa bulldozes Sting. Then is smeared by Keith Lee. Ending. I mean, I would have preferred to have seen Mogul go over. But, what are you going to do? Canada Dry. Your thoughts on the second match?
Yeah, I got this right, the predictions, but I definitely would have preferred, say, maybe a big win for like Brian Cage here.
Yeah.
Like a big, I'd give him a reason, paint up, get a win, shake the ropes or something. I don't know. But it would have been better getting the Mogul affiliates a W here. They could have had anyone really lose to Sting and company. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Rich Southwood really liked it. So he agrees with you.
All right, man, Rich.
Trey J Styles, your thoughts?
I think that my favorite spot in this whole match was when the Gates of Agony and Swerve did the triple power bomb and stomp on Keith Lee.
Yep.
That was my favorite spot in this match. A lot of the other stuff was kind of it is what it is.
Yeah.
Typical, 8-man chaos.
Yeah.
But definitely like the face paint, the ring gear. Was it Leona? Toa Leona?
Yeah.
That guy is good.
Oh yeah.
That guy's good. I'm not sold on Khan that much, but
no, I'm not either.
Yeah. Toa is insanely impressive.
Yeah.
So I really hope that we do see some big things from those guys. Orange Cassidy still gets to play into the hurt, all the different injuries and such, and and Sting got some good shine. I was surprised to see Sting start the match.
Yeah, I was too. I was as well.
Yeah, there were some very interesting things, and even just that little bit of tease of Sting and Swerve is just, when are you gonna ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely enjoyed. There were definitely a lot to enjoy about this match.
Yeah. Colin Graham, your thoughts?
So it was a fun match.
Yeah.
I have a few qualms with it. Like at the beginning, I don't think it should have been Swerve getting worked over. I mean, you have both guys in the Gates of Agony who did nothing this match except get shoulder blocked by Keith Lee and do that triple power bomb spot.
Yep.
It was just feel like you shouldn't they've done a lot to build up Swerve in these last couple weeks. I don't think that was the right way to go with them personally.
Yeah, you don't want to make him look weak. I mean, this guy is a potential contender for a belt, and doing what they did makes him look weak. I mean, it made him look really weak.
And I know I did pick Mogul to win. I was like, it's an 8-man tag. Let Swerve and company get a win that means something. And they should have just won with that spot with the triple power bomb and the stomp. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
No one would have complained.
Yeah, I totally agree. So we go to Renee. She's in the back. She's with the Guns, and she keeps asking them, "What is your deal with Bullet Club Gold?" They said, "Well, we don't badmouth competition. Well, we are the greatest tag team brothers in AEW, and we're going to prove it because we're going to take on the Hardys." Canada Dry, your thoughts on the Guns taking on the Hardys?
I don't know why you're not explaining what you did like from last week. It just seems so even worse. That spot seems even worse now.
Yeah.
Like they're not explaining it. You gotta explain it the week after.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't mind with the promo, but it does all change spots here. What's going on?
You just like pulled a disappearing act for a second.
Yeah, you like popped out, popped in.
Okay, I just see it in my end. Everyone's just switching screens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's called magic, my friend.
Yeah.
Magic.
The magic of
All
wrestling.
right, yeah. So lost my train of thought. What are we talking about?
You were saying that it was bad because they didn't explain it. You got to explain it the next week.
Yes, exactly. I didn't mind what they said. It was an okay little promo, but yeah.
Okay. Trey J, your thoughts?
I don't know. I still don't know where I'm at with them. You know, the Guns have this insane way of picking up wins over teams they really shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
And this is honestly one of those weird times where I hope that happens. And it's not because I don't like the Hardys, because, you know, I would love to see the Guns get this win.
I know.
Because they're a homegrown team and, you know, they're heels. So, you know, them losing the first time out, it doesn't really work for me. They're like Seth Rollins a few years ago. Seth Rollins had to win his matches. Like him losing just kills the gimmick.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
Guns, when they lose, it just doesn't look good for them. It's like we need to see them lose in a situation where it's comeuppance.
Yeah.
So they're interesting because this whole like new attitude, cockiness, and everything like that. This is basically, you guys remember Generation Me?
Yeah.
When the Bucks were in Impact?
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of that, which I thought Generation Me was ahead of its time. So I think now is the right time to see something like that.
Yeah.
Hinton, do you think that this is Young Bucks just saying, hey, do this?
I wouldn't be surprised. But if the stuff works.
Yeah.
No, but do you think that the Bucks?
Oh, I think the Young Bucks definitely have I think the Young Bucks have a huge amount of input on this.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
living vicariously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, here's my problem with the Guns going against the Hardys. It's not a compelling match because if you looked at the Hardys' last match, it wasn't that good. Jeff was missing. Jeff botched a bunch of moves at Double or Nothing. The pregame,
pre-show.
Yeah, the pre-show. Yeah, I mean, he botched a couple of moves. I don't think I honestly, truly think he can't work or operate unless he's drunk or he's on drugs. I mean, he didn't look that good at all. So,
I had a friend like that. Long match, though. I can't say a friend, but I did have. I knew somebody like that. They were such a functioning alcoholic that if you told them to do something when they weren't drunk, it was a cluster because they had almost like gotten so used to doing everything.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Yeah. Golden Graham, what are your thoughts on the Guns promo?
I've been on record before. I can't stand the Guns. I don't care. They just don't do anything for me. I say, like, I really don't want to see them versus the Hardys. Like, there's nothing about that match that excites me.
Yeah.
This might be the only negative thing I have to say about this whole show, honestly. Like, I
mean, realistically, if you get the AEW crate or the Pro Wrestling Tees crate and you happen to get a gun shirt, send it to Golden Graham because I think he would really appreciate it because he loves the Guns. He says he hates them.
Get him. Get him like one of little stuffies with the Guns. Oh, yeah.
I got a dog and 2 cats. They'll love them.
Yeah.
But that's why he always wears full shirts because, you know, he has his Guns tattoo on there from when they were guys.
Yeah, he's got one on each bicep.
Got a little whole like chest tattoo.
Yeah, 316 the Yuma. It's all there.
And then the other one's the Ass Boys on the other side.
Yeah. It's just, and
the Ass Boys is
Dude doesn't like the Guns either. Dallas says, I want a stuffy.
We can't say that on TV.
Whoa, hey, this is Dallas.
It's not that kind of after dark, okay?
Not yet. We got about another 20 minutes, and then the FCC can't sue us. So
right after 11 o'clock.
Yep.
Fair game.
Yep. All right, so let's get to our third match of the night. Christopher Columbus, it's Mr. Powerbomb himself, the one-note symphony, Wardlow versus Jake Hager. Here are a couple of my notes. Hager ain't wasting time. He jumps Wardlow right away. Nasty step bump by Hager. Like I legitimately was like, man, that looked like it hurt like $1,000,000. Hager in control, coming out of picture in picture. Menard and Angelo come out. Arn pretends he's going to pull the Glock. And then Brock Anderson, where's he been this entire world? He is back, and he's wrestling with his dad and Wardlow. He comes out, cleans house with Angelo and Menard. Oh, man. Okay. Canada Dry, you go first. Your thoughts on the match.
I don't know. Jake Hager just doesn't have it anymore. Like the hat thing is like, I like this hat. That thing can't. You can't keep saying that. Like that's old now. No one really wants to see Jake Hager wrestle Wardlow for the title. Yeah. Like, what did he do to earn that match? It's an open challenge, but that's another, I guess, thing of my butt is you got to have a proper open challenge.
Yeah.
You have to have, all right, who wants a shot? Just like Cody used to do.
Yeah.
And out the guy comes.
Yep.
We don't know who it is. Don't
Absolutely.
announce it.
Absolutely. Trey J, your thoughts on the third match of the night?
I don't have thoughts on this match. I mean, I am beyond over Wardlow at this point. Like, I feel like he's in this weird holding pattern, but yet some people somehow still think this works.
Yep.
Even with the Powerbomb Symphony, we only got 2.
Yeah.
Like,
three's too many.
Yeah, everything was wrong with this. Like, and it's nothing against him. He's just doing what he got to do to work with. I think, at this point, we're waiting to get to the Luchasaurus match.
Yeah.
So I think the sooner the better for that. And I'm not even saying that Luchasaurus necessarily has to win that. It's just we need something to break this monotony of Wardlow.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Go on, Graham, your thoughts really quick.
So this was a serviceable big man match.
Yeah.
My one takeaway is that Wardlow has no right doing a senton and looking that good doing it.
No.
Because it's like he did like how Jeff used to do it. It looks so pretty. Like he has that delay in the air, turns just at the last second. It's so good.
Yeah.
And he's too big to be able to do it like that.
I want to see him do more big moves like that. Like I just love it.
Yeah. I like to see him add a submission to his 4-move repertoire. Like that's what I would like to see. I would like to see him do a submission hold. You don't have to. You don't have
a frog splash up the top ropes.
Yeah. Oh man. So we get a message from Tanahashi, the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he says, "Hey, by the way, last Forbidden Door, I went toe to toe and got that close to being Jon Moxley for the AEW Championship." Then he goes ahead and says, "MJF, you and me, Forbidden Door for the AEW World's Heavyweight Championship." Then Renee's in the back with MJF, who says, "Nah, I don't want to do it. And if you book me, I'm going to no-show." Oh, my God. Yeah. Canada Dry, you go first on these two.
Actually, I laughed so hard with MJF's response. I'm just like, such a dick. But it's like, and he actually got Renee smiling there with that.
Yeah, he did.
She couldn't help it.
Yeah, exactly. Pillar of the wrestling world, your thoughts on these two promos?
I mean, to be fair, I was the one that said that Tanahashi was going to go after CM Punk. Because, and I specifically made reference to last year's Forbidden Door. However, the reference was correct. He was going to base his match off last year's Forbidden Door. However, it was a very different direction. Yeah. Tanahashi, and this is the one thing that I truly like, and I hate to be that guy. When Tanahashi's not wrestling in Japan, his timing is off.
Yeah.
And every time I've seen it, as like when he was in Impact, when he was Forbidden Door last time, I think he did a show. He did a New Japan Strong show against I can't even remember who he went against, but he was going against somebody, and it was just, I think it was the Lance Archer match. As a matter of fact, it was just something that just doesn't fully, and I worry about that because, MJF versus Tanahashi should be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and it should really elevate Max.
Yep.
So I definitely, to me, I always feel like, it's not a world championship until you go get somebody who is outside the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
Absolutely.
you wrestle outside the country. Either way, you gotta make it a world title. I think this could be a really good show for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden Graham, your thoughts?
It should be a great match. I think my favorite line out of both promos was Tanahashi basically saying, MJF, this title will never shine as bright as it will with me.
Yeah.
As long as you hold it.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a good face promo.
Oh, yeah.
Good face promo 101. Your title does not look as good as it would look on me. We get Renee one more time. Holy cow. She is all over the place. I feel bad for this girl. Thank God she's wearing Chucks and not heels so she can maneuver between the ring and backstage and this area and that area.
You notice on all the good shows, Renee's everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She earned her paycheck this week. That's
yeah, absolutely. So she's with Orange Cassidy, and she goes, you talk about the open challenge, and what's the future hold for Orange Cassidy? And then, as only Orange Cassidy could do, he says, someone's going to walk out here and is going to challenge me. And he points, and sure enough, it's the blonde-haired king of joint manipulation. We're talking about Zack Sabre Jr. as he comes out to answer the challenge for Forbidden Door. Now we have a Forbidden Door match. It's going to be, oh my God, Zack Sabre Jr. and Orange Cassidy. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this promo?
Yeah, we already knew this match was going to happen. Yeah. I thought it was weird that they included Garcia in this thing. It's just like, he didn't need to be part of that. They could have just announced that later.
Yeah.
But I think this match is going to kill.
Yeah.
So is this the winner gets both belts?
Yes.
So Orange Cassidy could be a double champion.
He could. I mean, he'd have to wrestle on Strong, but yeah, absolutely. I like it. Trey J, your thoughts?
We've seen what Orange can do in big match situations. We've seen what Orange can do against Will Ospreay, which, a lot of people were just kind of underwhelmed by the announcement of that match, but blown away by the execution of that match.
Yeah.
Orange is, I think when he first came out, everybody kind of expected him to be this utility player, and he's really become an MVP.
Yeah.
That guy puts on some great matches. Yep. I do feel though, they put more people into this match, it's going to kind of get muddied up.
Yeah.
But, because is Garcia in this match, or is Garcia facing Shibata separately?
Yeah, I think it's separate.
Yeah, I think it's separate too.
Okay. So, as long as they don't muddy it up too bad, this, seeing Shibata wrestle is one of my, guilty, pleasures of the of 23. So,
yeah,
definitely one of those things I enjoy. As a matter of fact, I'm really considering, I was going to go to Trenton.
Yeah.
For Death Before Dishonor.
Okay.
And then the freaking bridge, the road collapsed.
Yeah.
And now they're it's going to take months to get there. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
No. Yeah.
I got this free summer now. And that's, 6 weeks away. And I'm just this is such a cool thing that I could just make that trip. And then the road collapsed. And I'm like, I don't even know how I feel now.
Yeah. So. Maybe it's the wrestling gods telling you this isn't the time to go.
Yeah. That's because, Dynamite is up there, that Wednesday after.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to run into somebody else from AEW, right?
Yeah, exactly. Golden Graham, your thoughts on the promo?
It was fine. I really do think Orange Cassidy may be able to steal the show for the second year in a row for Forbidden Door.
Oh, yeah.
Because but he's going to steal it in a different way this time with Zack Sabre Jr., and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait either.
Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if they threw in Garcia and Shibata and just had all 3 mid-card titles in a match with Garcia. Why not?
Okay.
It is. I will say this, though. It does, and I think Canada Dry was thinking the same thing with me, too. It does put the AEW International title above the TNT title now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
it's been there for a while, in my opinion.
Right, it's definitely been there, but this is like this kind of an official crowning at this point, or official ascension.
Yeah. It's basically them coming out and Tony Khan saying, "Yeah, the TNT belt's for the TV station. It's for Time Warner, Discovery, Comcast, whatever they're called. It's for them. But for us, it's the Intercontinental title. It's always going to be more important than the U.S. title, but not nearly as important."
So this is what I was going to say. I was going to say this: how far are we from having Orange Cassidy past Roman Reigns on defenses? What are we at now?
I think we're pretty freaking close.
I think he may have already passed him.
He's definitely beaten more people because now he's up to like 46.
Has he? Like last time I checked, he was at 23.
He just beat 20 other people, though.
Does that count?
Yeah, it used to count for Goldberg. Remember Goldberg Street? They put him in the World War III match, and then all of a sudden,
boom.
He went from 100 wins to 357. Like a week.
That counts as 21 or it counts as 1. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I do want to know honestly though if they're going to change the TNT title to the Max Championship.
Yeah,
I hope they do. Actually, that'd be so much better.
Yeah.
Why? I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Real quick before we move on.
Yeah.
Think back to when they actually announced the changing of this title and we're going to level it up and everyone laughed.
Yeah.
Here we are like 6 months later and TK actually followed through on that promise of making this title.
It was a gimmick Shazam movie thing, but they did level the belt up, not just by name changing it, but now it's way more valuable.
By the booking. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you bring up Tony Khan because, we didn't get an announcement by Tony Khan this week, but his presence was felt. Jimmy Jacobs, who is a amazing wrestling brain. Like this man's brain works on a whole different level. And you know how he came to getting him to be a producer for AEW? He woke up early. He went ahead and put a W together. He put it in the shaker. He shook it. He drank it. He's got all this energy that he can go ahead and worry about the OTAs for the Jaguars, whether or not Fulham is going to be demoted. He can take care of all of it because he's got W energy. He doesn't have any jitters. And Tony Khan, he doesn't like extra sugar, no added sugars, no maltodextrin, no artificial dyes, colors, or flavors. Everything is fresh. You can get them as a gummy or you can get them as a drink. Get yourself a W and go to w.gg.
Actually, I don't think you can get them as a gummy. I think it's just powder that you mix up.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. I don't think there's no.
Okay. Well, you got powder, you got a drink. Go to w.gg, use the code effin wrestling and get 10% off. That's right. Go to w.gg, enter in the code effin wrestling, and you will get 10% off. Not just one order, the whole stinking effing order is what you get a discount on. So, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. So, anyways, we go to our fourth match. It's ladies' night, and I'm feeling right because we're getting Sky Blue, and she's going to be taking on Toni Storm. Here is a couple of my notes. Sky's mom is in the audience. Wow, she is a spitting image of her mom. They look very much alike. Like, Taz, you look at Hook and you're like, I don't see the relationship with Taz. Like, there's just nothing there. Thank God he looks like his mother. But Sky Blue looks just like Mama, just like Mama Sky Blue.
Taz is also lucky that baldness is on the mother's side.
Yes, yeah, because that brother was losing his hair way before he started shaving it. Yeah. Sky took it to Storm from bell to bell. That woman was unrelenting. She had her own hip attack. Tony sprays Sky's mom. That infuriates Sky. It gives her even more energy because she probably had Dubby. and got into the ring. She's looking like an absolute legitimate contender in this match. Like, I actually was on my edge of the seat going, they might pull the trigger. It would have made sense, but Tony Khan sometimes doesn't make sense. They could have pulled the trigger. That's how invested I was in this match. She has her own blue spray paint. So, Tony Storm sprays her, she sprays back, and she's got blue in her face. She doesn't get the win. Tony Storm retains, but then the beatdown comes, and then out comes Willow Nightingale.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That woke up, Trey J.
Now
I'll save that part for you.
I'm going to give you guys my notes. There are two things in this. There are two things that were insanely beautiful in my life this week.
Yeah.
The first one is this custom championship belt.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
The second was watching Willow Nightingale run down to that ring.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't many moments in wrestling that happen in real time, but yet somehow still happen in slow motion.
Yeah.
But that was one of them.
Yeah. I felt it.
Thank God for that New Japan strong belt. I don't know what it did, but that belt is now magical.
Yeah, absolutely. That sucker gives you a rub, gives you that confidence and that swagger you need. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the fourth match of the night?
Well, I'm going second here. So this was absolutely a great women's match.
Yeah.
It did exactly what it needed to do. It made Sky Blue a bigger star.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they put her over. She didn't win, but they put her over. And that just goes to show all those IWC marks that you're not burying someone just because they're losing.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Sky Blue is now she's on par to be a contender now.
Yeah.
They can legitimately say she's a contender. I wish they still had those contender things. That was great. Like, she'd be on there.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Willow Nightingale came out with a save.
Yeah.
I'm not the same as Trey J on this. I'm not a big fan, but
yeah. Okay. Trey J, you have anything else to add?
Oh, the match was good too.
I mean, there was a match. All I saw was Willow Nightingale.
This is when you break out the balloons like you used to do.
I know. I can't. Look for that. I don't even have pillows that are large enough. I'm just like.
You got Sky Blue pillows when you need.
I know. Like, at this point, I'm just like, man. In my entire life, I don't think I've ever hoped for a wardrobe malfunction before. But
yeah.
But no, that match was insane. Even her kicking out of the Storm Zero was just that's something that Sky Blue would not have done before.
Yeah,
so you
absolutely
got to see some degree of improvement because you have a body of work to go on. Sky Blue and Tony Storm have wrestled a lot before.
Yeah,
this was the one she put up a good fight. So you got to see a little bit of evolution, a little bit of improvement, and now I think we could feasibly see Sky Blue as a champion in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Golden Graham, what are your thoughts?
This is the best match I've seen Sky Blue in my opinion. And it was I was like you. I was literally on the edge of my seat, oh my God, are they actually going to put this title on her?
Yeah.
I would have been okay with them because they're in Chicago tonight, right? Weren't they?
No, they're in DC.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, Washington
DC. Oh, I'd be surprised because this crowd was really good tonight. Yeah. They had me believing that it was going to happen. I would have been fine with her just having it, and then even in Collision, we're having the rematch, and they could just drop the title back to Tony Storm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I almost wonder if they are doing a cycle now of one really big episode a month. Because it almost seems like last month they had the cage match.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's what they're up to.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you also got to remember there's no NHL or NBA playoffs anymore, so they can really start putting more in because there's more people to watch. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure this is kind of like the go home show for Collision.
Yeah.
I think that's important right now because they do want to give it the pay-per-view and special event feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Collision does look stacked too, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get into some of the matches that are going to be shown on Collision because it's not just about CM Punk, guys. There are other people wrestling, you know.
And JFB's got to come up with a logo. He's got to fit in Dollywood's voice to the new intro.
Yep. Oh, you'll like the new intro. I've been hamming it up, but I got it good. So
you got some car smashing at the end.
Maybe.
Whatever you do, just don't steal Mick Foley's crash sound, okay?
Oh no, I would never do that. WWE is very litigious.
Oh yeah, they would be.
Mick Foley's crash sound actually came from Razor Ramon's music.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep.
Yep.
Jim Johnston, very litigious. All right, we get Renee. She's with Jungle Hook. Jungle Boy has decided, you know what? I couldn't beat you for the AEW championship. I'm going to take on Sonata for the IWGP Cody Rhodes tattoo looking world championship belt. And then asks Hook, hey, you know, this is all spur of the moment, but, you know, could you be in my corner and be there for me? And then they fist bump. And, yeah. Canada Dry.
This is like totally setting up a Jungle Boy turn.
Or a Hook turn.
Hook does not have the character to do a turn. Like, Hook's not a face.
Yeah.
Like,
he's very much a tweener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, like, out of all the... I know we're supposed to believe that Jungle Boy is a big deal.
Yeah.
And, like, yes, David Hasselhoff kills in Japan. But this was, like, the first of all the matches for Forbidden Door. I was just like, meh. Like, I don't feel like Jungle Boy is that good.
Yeah.
Definitely not good enough to be like, I'm gonna win the New Japan Pro Wrestling title. You know, the one that only 5 like Americans have ever won?
Yeah.
5 Gaijins.
But this match is going to kill. Jungle Boy can bring it. You might not like Jungle Boy on the mic, but when it comes to match time, he delivers.
Yeah, but he delivers on opponents that he should be doing that to. Like, how I see it is, like, the times where he looks like, you know, $1 million, he's not really going against any kind of really tough competition. I like to see what he can do with Sonata, because Sonata is 6'4". He's 2 something. I mean, the guy is a Japanese brick shit house.
Yeah, I don't think that Jungle Boy's going to win.
Yeah,
they're not going to book him to win. He's not going to go to Japan and defend this thing.
Right.
So, but I think Jungle Boy,
while he plays.
I think Jungle Boy will put on a show.
Okay. Golden Graham, you ever thought?
I love when like JFB does that, because it's always like you like that's the dad voice right there. Okay. Go ahead, young fella. Like,
well,
he's like, I'll give you just enough rope to where you can hurt yourself. Don't worry,
yeah.
It's okay.
I prefer JFB disagree with me than just being like the yes guy. Honestly,
I'm not. I mean, I just don't see it. I mean,
I'm glad you don't see it, because it makes it better.
I mean, he's another one of the indie darlings. He got a huge following in the indie world, whether it was solo, whether it was with Luchasaurus. And when that doesn't always translate well to when you go to bigger productions like Impact or NWA or WWE, AEW, it just does not translate. Like Ruby Soho, like Heidi Lovelace, when she's on the indie circuit, everybody loved her.
Yeah,
everybody loved her because she wasn't wrestling good opponents on the indies. But look at her when she's going up against a stacked opponent. Ruby Riott or can't
what
do
are you
it.
saying? They're not able to keep up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They just don't.
Like,
I just want to
Swan versus Omega.
In a Trey J style side note, we want to make sure that stacked opponent in this case does not refer to Willow Nightingale.
No, it does not. Not at all. Oh man, we get another Forbidden Door hype video. We get the collision. It's more than just the main event. We get Miro's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
He will be in action. Who is he going to wrestle? Absolutely no freaking idea.
It'd be a squish match.
Yeah, it'll be a squish match. Yeah, but I mean, out of what was announced, Canada Dry, what is the one you're looking forward to the most that doesn't involve CM Punk?
What do we get? Did you run him down again?
Buddy Matthews versus Andrade El Idolo, Miro back.
Yes, that one right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
I can see that, definitely. That would have been my choice.
Yeah. Trey J, your thoughts?
They're definitely going to make sure that Collision is must-watch TV because a Saturday time slot for wrestling has always been rough.
Yeah.
We know for a fact that CM Punk's going to open the show with the promo. We know CM Punk's going to close the show.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see how things play out because this first show has the chance can't be a showcase of like here's what our guys can do because we already know what they can do.
Yeah.
It really has to set up like if Buddy Matthews versus Andrade sets up House of Black versus LFI, okay, now we got some real direction here.
Yeah.
Like what's the stories that are going to be built for this show?
Yeah.
Because when you think about Friday Night SmackDown, when you think about Friday night shows for wrestling in general, they're built on the story.
Right.
Because that's what's going to bring you in for the next week and to make you say, I don't need to go out just yet. I'll leave a little bit later.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Golden Graham, what match you looking forward to?
Oh, it's Buddy and Andrade.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be probably the best match of the night. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
The main event is not going to be that great.
I'm very interested in Luchasaurus and Wardlow, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's gonna be a.
And
banger.
real quick on this Wardlow thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why this happened, but when I heard Wardlow's wolf howl at the beginning, for some reason my mind went right to the wolf pack. And I don't know why, because they haven't been a thing for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, NWO's here.
You're like, wait a minute, is Kevin Nash coming out of retirement?
Back on the wolf back.
Is it zombie Scott Hall? What's going on? We don't know.
Oh, zombie Scott Hall.
Hey yo.
Hey. As he's trying to keep his chin together.
Bad taste.
Let's get to our fifth and final match of the night. It is the main event. Hey, if you haven't figured it out yet, kids, it's the Blackpool Combat Club, and they are taking on the Young Bucks and Hangman Page. Here is some of my notes. Big slobber knocker right before the freaking bell rings. What a shock. So cute. The Young Bucks and Hangman Page are wearing matching outfits, all cowboy themed. It was very sweet, very cute. Bucks and Page were more physical than I was expecting them to be. I was kind of expecting it from Page because that's how he wrestles. But to see the Bucks get in and get a few shots in, I was like, all right, cool. The Patriots need to call AEW and see if Claudio can play wide receiver or tight end for us because that man catches anything that's thrown at him, including one of the Young Bucks.
Both of the Young Bucks?
Yeah.
Claudio going to be the second coming of Gronk, huh?
Yeah. That's all we need. I mean, the other guy doesn't exist anymore. We've erased him from all our memories. So Wheels is getting a flat. He's just getting tossed around. He did not look like he had a good night tonight. Danielson's time to elbow his face off is pure gold. Oh, get that Cam Newton jersey out of my face.
Somebody from my job gave me that for free, and I was like, I can't really turn this down, huh?
Yeah. I don't
Free is
even
free.
think, so Cam Newton played for the Patriots. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that 1 year when like Mac Jones was like drafted or something.
Yeah, I like to call that my drinking time. It's all blacked out. I don't remember much of anything. So the shenanigans are abound, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anyone that's not doing anything in the back. You want to come into the ring because that's what's going to happen. My God, Eddie Kingston comes out, love it. He goes right after Claudio. I love it. I love seeing Eddie Kingston with the lowest rules. Shout out to Tony Schiavone's podcast, lowest rules for sure. And then Takeshita comes out. He cleans house. Then it's Kenny Omega, and now it's Omega versus Takeshita.
Kenny, by God, Omega.
Yeah, by God, it's Omega. And then Will Ospreay comes out, and that's how we end the show, ladies and gentlemen. 18% of the roster that's normally on TV showed up for this freaking match. It was just chock full of like, who's that guy? Oh, wow.
So before we start talking about this, can I just say this gave me vibes of that video that floats around Facebook of the greatest SmackDown ending ever.
Yes.
Where everyone runs in and hits their finishers and everything.
Yep.
And I'm here for it. I loved it. So.
Oh God. Oh God. Canada Dry. Lay it down, brother.
So is Eddie Kingston? Is he going to be with the Elite, or is this for Ring of Honor pay-per-view? Is that what this is?
I think is ROH.
Okay, that's what I thought.
At least I hope it is. I don't want to see him with the Elite.
So. No, neither do I. I was like, that doesn't make sense. So I'm glad that that's what they're doing. But it was such a fun ending. Elite needed the win. They really needed that win. Like if they lost, I'm like, fuck the Elite.
Yeah.
But they won, and no one expected Ospreay. That was really cool, and he hit his move on him 3 times. It was great.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting ending.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, I loved it. I mean, I was just waiting for everybody else to show up. I'm like, is there more people in the back?
Anyone else back there want to come?
I was kind of hoping that Ibushi would show up.
I was hoping that too.
You're not going to see him come until Blood and Guts. The weeks following up to Blood and Guts. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am a huge Ibushi fan. I love Ibushi. And I would love nothing more than just to see him just come in, and then maybe he has to pick sides. Do you go with the Elite? Do you go, because he's got history with all of them, But we're not going to get him until at least a month or at least 3 weeks before Blood and Guts.
Right.
So, Trey J, your thoughts on the? Oh no, wait, Canada Dry, you already went.
Yep.
Trey J, your turn.
This was a solid and passable match. A lot of big spots in this match.
Yeah.
So this was a great TV match. This would not have translated well on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The finish was so overbooked, though. I mean, the post match was so overbooked. Takeshita is not ready for the main event scene.
Yeah.
He was out of sorts. I don't know if he was just overwhelmed by the moment, but you could definitely tell he had the jitters. He didn't really know what to do. When he got into the brawl with Omega, it was like, do I do a running? He was really out of sorts.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that like is gonna come with time. But you're pushing this guy into a main event level feud with the literal top guy who was like number 1 on PWI's ever. And he's not there. Like, he doesn't even convincingly look like, you can't even trade punches with Kenny Omega. How are we supposed to believe that you're going to last a match?
Yeah.
And I think he's like, and I don't think that, like, skill-wise, I think, like Dallas says, he's ready for the main event. Skill-wise, he's totally ready for the main event. Yeah. But nerves-wise, I think he's in over his head.
Yeah.
And this is a full culture shock for him, having to, like, actually move over to the States and leave everything that he's known at home. And, he's getting better with the language barrier, but
Can you do the last one by Southwood?
Mox not hitting, not being willing to hit Kingston was the real story.
That's a big deal there. That was a very interesting way they played that out because him like just swinging, Kingston and Moxley swinging on each other, was really different. And then you see the Bucks kind of getting in there, and then Eddie's like, no, don't touch him, don't touch him.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Golden Graham, your thoughts?
Okay. First off, I love the nameplate for the Elite.
Yeah.
Basically said formerly known as a sexually suggestive and an anatomically incorrect body part or something like that.
Yeah.
Making reference to the Hung Bucks. I loved it. It's great. But yeah, like I said, like this was a great, for me, entertaining, good TV good TV main event.
Yeah.
Like it's just exciting. And you said like Wheeler felt flat. To me, I just sort of took it as like they made sure to take Wheeler out because he'd been on fire for the last couple of weeks. They're like, we can't let him get going.
Yeah.
Sort of how I took it as.
Yeah. Okay.
I also loved hearing that song again. I hadn't heard it in a while, so I loved hearing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's a great song.
It is. Oh yeah, it totally
Absolutely.
is. All right. Well, we're gonna end the show after all the shenanigans. Will Ospreay stands tall over a broken down Kenny Omega,
like always,
as always. And
that's
so
gonna be another great match. Can't wait for that.
Fantastic freaking match. But before we get into our number of bells, before we get into all the other shenanigans that goes along with that, kind of dry. What do we have in store for this week?
Okay, so on Friday, we have Wrestle Paranormal, and we have this strange creature that we're talking about from South Africa, and I believe it's called the Takashi or something. It's just this weird name. Okay. I can't really pronounce it, but it's a very weird creature, very scary.
Yeah.
And then of course on Saturday we have Quiz Show Part 2.
Yeah, Quiz Show Part 2.
All 11 Wrestling Show versus the Magic of Wrestling. We're gonna kick ass.
Yeah.
You're the host.
I'm the host, so I mean,
me and Golden Graham, right?
Yeah.
I unfortunately I can't make it this Saturday.
I guess we gotta figure out
so I was gonna reach out to you, maybe get Mr. Trey J here. Maybe if you're available, take my spot.
Well, we've got to find out what's gonna go on.
Ooh, this is gonna get doubly awkward because I'm actually not gonna be able to make this show next week because I'm. I will send you guys a pre-taped segment.
Okay,
perfect.
So I will definitely make sure you guys have it. You say no thanks.
No, I said perfect.
Oh, like
so now we want live Trey J or nothing at all.
We started this shoot a week earlier. Okay.
You know what I was going to bring to the table when I signed that document?
When you see the light, I'm an angel.
Yeah, I know. You got this halo thing going on.
Understand. Like, what time is it over there? Is it like 8:00 over there?
I don't know. It's 8:15 yet.
Yeah, it's crazy that you got so much light over there.
Yeah.
It's all about the Pacific Ocean, yo.
Yeah. If I walked outside right now, like it's like street lights right now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm lying to y'all. It's not Dynamite After Dark.
Yeah. Is that Dynamite After Dark? Is that from the fires or is that the actual sun?
We don't got no fires here in the West, man. That's
for Canada Dry. It's not Dynamite After Dark. It's Dynamite at Dusk.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, because like Bree's like taking her kids to the park, and like you can see like the overcast sky from the fires on.
She's in the middle of the country, so she's gonna get some of that eastern smoke.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was my one of my friends, Nathan, sends me a link, and it's a TikTok of this guy from Canada. I think he's from Vancouver, and goes into a 10-minute diatribe of apologizing for the fires, and kept reiterating, "I didn't start the fire, but I feel so bad." I don't remember. I'll find it. And I'll send it to
Bill. Bill's always apologizing for
so I go,
frickin' Bill.
And so I texted him back. This is the most Canadian thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, if you wanted to summarize Canada in a 5-minute video, right? Well, outside of Canada Dry, this guy You know, like
Send me a link of that.
I will send you the link. It is fucking hilarious.
I'll send it to the podcast roster chat.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, leave it to a Canadian to apologize for something they didn't do.
Exactly.
Yep.
I love it. I just love it. It's the most Canadian thing I've ever heard. This guy just kept talking about how sorry he was. So, oh man,
you'll have a guy get bumped into by another person, and the person getting bumped into will say sorry.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in the States. You bump into somebody, and then they turn around and go, "What? Well, you think you're better than me?" And then they start going there. It's America, man. This
Actually,
place
usually when people bump into Canada, it's like both people. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
3 times each. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a freaking war zone over here. It's not going to get any better. I'm just saying. What are we doing on Sunday?
We got the roundest table ever.
Yeah,
on Sunday.
Yeah,
at the round table.
Of course. And then Saturday night is our premiere of Collision After Dark.
That's right. We have our first episode of Collision After Dark. So not only do we have our quiz show with Magic of Wrestling, which now I have to find a new partner, and since you're the host, you can't help me.
I mean, I can like wear a mask and then take the mask off. And then...
You have it on 2 computers with 2 cameras, right?
I mean, you see those yahoos we're going. You see the yahoos we're going against. We got nothing to freaking worry about.
Did you guys hear about the European sumo wrestler that retired?
Yeah,
like he was one level under like Yokozuna, which is huge over there. Like he was probably one of the top ranked European sumo wrestlers. I know we like to talk about how like New Japan doesn't like to give outsiders their titles, but like that's a big thing over there. Like when you get like that high rank, that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's freaking phenomenal.
I know. I didn't understand sumo wrestling when I was younger, but like now, like that is one of the most interesting things. Like we talk about like Gunther and then people who have done chops like Flair and Benoit and all those people that did chops. Yeah. And it's like, imagine a sumo wrestler. That's like the main thing in their arsenal. Like that is those palm strikes.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Dynamite After Dark yesterday? I mean, sorry, did you watch Dark Side of the Ring yesterday?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. I watched it this morning.
Did you hear what their tag team was called? They're called the Golden Grahams.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so cool.
I heard that and I was like, oh, we have our own Golden Graham. Maybe he's related in some way, shape,
and that was in the 50s. They were making $1 million in the 50s as a tag team.
Yeah.
I was blown away by that.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize how sad that was. I remember Eddie Graham dying, and I distinctly remember because I was watching at my friend's house, Florida, Championship Wrestling from Florida, and they were talking about Eddie passing. So
So if you didn't watch the show, so you got 4 generations of people. It was 2 brothers that committed suicide.
Yep.
Eddie and his brother.
Yeah.
And then Mike Graham, the son.
Yeah.
And his son.
Yeah.
All committed suicide. So 4 men. Just this chain of sadness.
I mean, it can only make you think of the Von Erichs. And
I was going to say that sounds eerily similar to the Von Erich family.
Yeah. And the fact that Kevin Sullivan shed tears should tell you exactly how revered Eddie Graham really was in terms of independent wrestling. I've never seen Kevin Sullivan ever shed a tear for anything.
Do you know what was really creepy is that peace of mind line.
Yeah.
It was almost like it cursed them.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a tattoo of it, peace of mind.
Yeah.
He wrote that on the check, peace of mind. I'm like, oh, that's just dark.
Yeah. It's a dark episode. I recommend watching it when you're happy. Not when you're sad, because it's just gonna make it worse.
If you're happy, you'll be sad. So
be happy, you'll be sad. But if you do sad, you're talking about hitchhiking in a trucking
point of no return.
Yeah, hiking
at the point of no return. Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. All right, I have a promo primed and ready for it. So tune in this week. We have all our awesome shows. How do you get in touch with us? Well, you can send an email to us. You can go ahead and check out any of our social media sites. But you ask, how the hell do I do that? Well, there's two ways. The hard way is to go to fnwrestling.com because you got to do some scrolling. Then get down to the bottom of the page where all our social media links are. But if you're smart and you look right below you, in the description is all our social media accounts, all our ways to be connected to us. That's the easiest way to do it. And while you're on YouTube, click like and click subscribe.
Click like right now.
Yeah, boing, boing, boing. Just so you get to know when we are live. And
of course, we have memberships now.
Yeah, we got
And
memberships.
you can become a membership. You can become a sidekick for really cheap, become a superhero for relatively cheap.
Yeah.
You can become a champion for a little bit more money. And for a lot of bucks, you can become a heavyweight world champion.
There you go. You want to be like Hulk Hogan? You think you're better than Hulk Hogan?
You think you're better than me?
Prove it. Prove it to us. Prove us that you are the heavyweight champion of the world. That's all I'm saying. So, but there's, if you want to support us, obviously you could do it through YouTube, or you can buy one of our brand beautiful, awesome shirts that we wear. Tells the world the 411 on your favorite wrestling podcast. Go to prowrestlingtees.com /F and wrestling. Sorry.
Had to fight that urge, huh?
Just got totally sidekicked. Now, you can buy a shirt, but maybe you want to get that shirt, or maybe you want to get caramba. All right. Maybe you want this shirt, the middle fingers. That's our first design that we ever came up with. The only way to do that is to go to prowrestlingtees.com /F and wrestling. If you want to go ahead and support an amazing wrestler that is going to have an episode on the Dark Side of the Ring, and it's going to bring tears to your eyes. Adrian Adonis, we love you, and we run his store. You can go to prowrestlingtees.com /Adrian Adonis, where you can get all your Adrian Adonis gear, like this one right here. You just want to flip off the world. That's the shirt to do it. That is the shirt to do it. So let's get to number of bells, and let's go ahead and get to our favorite match or segment. Canada Dry, you go first.
We're going to go with Adam Cole, Bay, and MJF. My favorite segment would have to be the I don't know what the favorite segment is. It wasn't really a segment-heavy show, was it?
No, really wasn't.
I guess the Jericho bat segment with Sting. I'm going to say that.
We'll count that. We'll allow that. Trey J.
I'm going to give it 4 stars.
4 stars, 4 bells. Okay.
Like how many bells is 4 stars?
They're about the same.
Yeah, it's equal.
Yeah, sounds good. I like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with also Adam Cole and MJF, but unlike Mr. Bay over there, I'm gonna put MJF first because he was the character and the flavor of this match.
Yeah,
definitely. A lot of good stuff.
Vinegar in your chips.
There you go.
Yep.
So I was really impressed by that match the most. My favorite segment was Luchasaurus and Christian Cage, like basically saying, "Hey, how you gonna win without your new daddy?" Which, of course, being that Wardlow's dad passed away, actually hit a little bit harder for me. Like, oh,
yeah,
I didn't even think of that.
that had some stank on it. That had some stank on it.
And then you see him just lying there all bloody. It's like, oh,
yeah.
He's a good actor.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm giving this show 4.5 bells.
Okay.
It was really close to being a 5, but there were just a couple things that, so
yeah.
So definitely enjoyed that.
Yeah, 4.5 is really good.
Yeah. Golden Graham, your turn.
So match of the night is MJF and Adam Cole. I don't think there's any other choice, honestly. Nope. I mean, there's for me no real segment. As just I liked all the video packages, like just hyping up Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
So, and for me, like I'm giving this 5 because if this was this time last year, we wouldn't have gotten hype for Collision, for Forbidden Door, for matches down the line. Like, this show did a lot of juggling in a good way.
Yeah.
It set a lot of wheels in motion. It set a lot of things. So for me, five bells.
Okay. Wow. It's JFB's turn, man. I'm telling you, I'm torn here, but I'm going to give it 4.5 bells. And
how am I the lowest?
I have no idea. This is not the first time in the last couple of weeks.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So
at least the math is easy.
Welcome to Bizarro World, Canada Dry. In all honesty, it really comes down to it. I would have given it 5 bells if a couple of things that were clunky were just clunky. Like they should not have happened. And I don't necessarily agree with the order. I mean, but I'm an old school guy, and that to me, you know, Hulk Hogan always was on last when he was.
Do you know what the one thing that really was that Jumbotron screw up?
Oh yeah.
With the no sound and then like it was like a good 10 seconds before they got it to work. That was huge and taking out the points. One thing we didn't talk about was the no that was on the screen. Did you guys see that?
No, what was the no? Oh yeah, I saw the no. Yeah.
So I was like, was this like another screw up or is this a setup for something?
No, they're just telling you no. Like
I think we'll see it again. Tony Khan's got something up his sleeve.
Okay. All right.
We should make the QR codes, right? If we ever go to a live show, just have QR codes that lead to the All F and Wrestling page. Just pass it out to people, but don't tell them what it is.
Yeah.
Just scan here, and then that's it.
That's it.
There we go. I think we found our $1 million idea, my friend.
There you go.
So I give it 4.5 bells. You know, like I said, it was a damn near perfect show. It was a damn near perfect Dynamite. I mean, we got a main event pay-per-view level match to open at the start. Was just beautiful. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. Adam Cole and MJF was my favorite match. My favorite segment probably was with Luchasaurus and Christian, and despite the screw up, which I can't take points off, you know, I mean, the no kind of threw me for a loop as well, but it was just, you know, I think Christian didn't get flustered, and he just, you know, he carried on. Maybe they were giving him a notice, or maybe he had no idea what was going on, but that was my favorite match and segment. So, all right. What is our combined score?
Our combined score is a whopping 18 points, which gives us a breakdown of 4.5 bells averaged.
That's still pretty damn good.
That's really good.
That's what I like.
Canada Dry lets us down with his.
Well, you know what? 4.5 is probably what the show deserves.
You WWE Mark. Always trying to take our good stuff down.
I know what's wrong with me.
I don't know. You could have
maybe I just need to watch more AEW programming, and I'll get it.
Yeah.
You're about to be
starting Saturday night.
He's gonna be like Ty Mello on All Access.
Oh
I roll my eyes at everyone.
I'm so glad she's not wrestling right now. That's all I'm going to say. On behalf of Canada Dry, on behalf of Trey J Styles, GM Joe, Joseph Graham, I am the JFB.
And remember to just keep fighting, baby.
Punch him in the face.